Let's get Sydney our question, please. Let's have the outside conversation.
Okay, so my positionality essay, I feel like it I think it challenged me because usually when we talk about ourselves, we just be thinking about ourselves in our head, like we don't really like sit down and like talk about our personal stuff. So when you put it down on paper, like you learn a lot about yourself, and I feel like it challenged me because like you have to put what you think in your mind on paper because you don't just sit down and just be like, oh, I'm like this, this is what I like. My life is like. So it's like it was hard sitting down and just writing about myself. So I feel like it challenged me. It challenged and strengthened me because it made me more self-aware, and then it challenged me because I had to sit and really like put together my life on paper. Relationships. I feel like the Macbeth showed me, Lady Macbeth showed me like the bad side of relationships. Like it showed me like a person that you think has your best interest in heart really doesn't. Like that was her husband, and she did all that stuff to him. She really like it really put your guard up because you know if like people you think love you, they really like despise you. And she just showed me that like don't like she showed me the bad side of relationships. She just showed me that everybody doesn't have your best interest. Okay, so my Eastern backpacking, like I hate annotations. I prefer to annotate freely. I feel like it was too many like things we had to annotate on a backpacking. Too much things to look for. Like it's hard. Like we had to do too many things at once. We had to read it. We had to find all the things we were looking for. We had to really sit and like go into a deep meeting about what we annotated about. And it was just too much. And I would prefer to freely annotate something because I know what I find important. And it felt like we were annotating for you. Like we have to think, but what was Ramirez think is important to annotate? Okay, my Lady Macbeth PBA. I feel like I put so much effort into my Lady Macbeth PBA. Like I feel like I was just so smart. Like if you read that, you couldn't tell me that I wasn't the smartest person in that class. So, like, I feel like I ate that up. I just feel like it was just so much detail. I put it like that's the longest PBA I ever. Like usually my justification be like maybe 3 or 4 sentences. Like I had pages of justification because usually you tell us like justifications you're really supposed to justify yourself. I used to never like really like the justification backs up our evidence, and I never used to do that. Like in that, I feel like I put so much effort into that. Okay, my trailer, I feel like for criticality, I feel like our trailer because we I couldn't find no better picture. I had to put the link, bro. I feel like we show a different way to show power, equity, and oppression. Like I feel like it was a less like so it wasn't so much as in like school and hard. It was like a fun, free way to show criticality. And I just feel like we showed it in a nice way. Like if class could be more like this, it would be fun. Like it wouldn't be so like hard. Like this was just like a free assignment, and it was just we showed it in a different way that was probably easier to understand. All right, I didn't mean to do that. I'm most proud of my op-ed because I like the way the setup that we were able to write it. Like I love the setup. I love how we didn't have to like write it like a essay, and it was like a free write, and we got to pick our own topic. And I love my topic. I picked sexism, and the stories that I found off the like the news stuff was like so good, and I just feel like if I would have submitted this, I would have probably like did really good. But I didn't really want to submit it because I don't know. I didn't want to submit it, but I feel like I did so good on this, and it was just like so detailed and just describe it. Like I feel like if you wanted to like really get a deep meaning of sexism, you should read my op-ed. Okay, so I feel like the most important thing you can do in this class is ask questions. If you're not gonna ask questions, you will sit in this class and just be so confused. Like I had to learn to just always ask questions. I used to be like, Miss Mary's gonna be irritated because I didn't keep asking questions, but I just had to ask questions because if I didn't ask questions, I literally would sit and be so. That's probably the best advice I could give anybody that's coming to your class. Ask questions because you don't always explain these in the most easiest way. You explain these very, very, very difficult and like hard. So if you don't ask questions, you'll be so confused. And that's like the best advice I can give anybody in your class is just ask questions. For my, okay. My own advice for each portfolio, I took my advice from each portfolio. I feel like each portfolio I asked questions and I went, and that's the best advice I gave myself to ask questions. So I did stick with my goals for each portfolio to ask questions. That's how I succeeded in your class. So that was my own advice that I gave myself to ask questions, and I said that in each portfolio because that's the best advice I could give anybody. Ask questions. And I feel like my next it's just words to make me think about what I'm talking about. I feel like what I'm going to take away from this class is that since it was so challenging, that I feel like next year is going to be a breeze. I feel like it's going to be so easy because I feel like no teacher in the school is like you. They're not going to like give us the type of work that you gave us. So next year is going to be easy, and like I just feel like it's going to be easy because we're going to be able to do everything so well. Like I feel like they're going to be able to point out the kids who had some merits last year in our class because I feel like we're going to be able to do everything so fluently because it's not going to be the same that this class was. And yeah, that's it.
Excellent job. Excellent job. Who is next? Who is next?